Hi everyone, welcome to the first question from Shriver A2Z DSA course sheet. Actually, I have thought to make this series because in interview the most important part is like how we are explaining the solution of the question to the interviewer, right? We are solving the question, that's also important, but the most important thing is how we are communicating with the interviewer while solving the question. So I was not really being consistent, so I thought to be consistent the better approach is here to solve the question and then upload it in the YouTube. Though I have solved this question, so if I decided to start it from the very first, so it will be a good revision for me as well. I'll solve a question one or two together. Sometimes I can put in a video and upload it in the YouTube explaining it. So yes, with the first question, that is the largest element, and in this video we will have two questions, basically largest element in an array and the second largest element in an array. Okay, and the next video we will have to check if the array is sorted and then remove duplicates from the sorted array. So very easy. Largest element in an array, we know that like we are given in this question, we are given an array. This is the array, suppose, and you have to find the largest element. Okay, so here the largest element is of course 90. So the simple way to do, see, we have a brute force here. The brute force is basically sort it, and uh, after traversing through the array, just put the last element of the array. That's the brute force, right? And this doesn't have any better approach. So the best approach is the optimal one is that like this way. So how I have done here. So we are taking a simple initial. We are initialized a variable maxed, which is equals to 0. You can take it minus 1, anything here. And then we are iterating through a for loop. That's like int I is equals to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. And then we are checking if array, if in this given array that we are given, if array the any from the first beginning of the array, if that array number is greater than maxi or not. If maxi is smaller than the array, then there won't be any changes. But if array number is bigger than the it's max, we have initialized max is equals to 0. So here of course we have 1 and the max is 0. Therefore the max will change to 1, and then we will again go to this next check whether 1 is greater than, now the max variable have changed to 1. Now we will check whether 8 is greater than 1 or not. Since 8 is greater than 1, so the variable will become 8, and like this will come here and check and then max will become 56 at a point, and then we will check whether 56 is greater than 90 or not, and yes, 90 is greater than 56, and then we will return max. Very simple. Here in this line we are just putting the max is equals to array I value. As soon as we have seen that array I, the current element is greater than max, we will transfer it to max, and this is how we are doing it. So this is the first question, and let's go with the second largest question. Okay, so this is the second largest solution. Okay, so here simple question is very simple. Again we are given an array and you have to find the second largest element in an array. Okay, now you will say that what is the brute force here? The brute force, see, we have to tell the interviewer a brute force, the the better approach and the most optimal approach. The three of them we have to do, but we are definitely we have to be doing in one of the solution. So it will be best that if we do the optimal solution and tell them all of the three, explaining it, but do one, right? So here in this question we have all three approaches. The first, brute force, is sorted and just return the second largest element, that is n minus 2 in an array, right? If array of n starting from 0, then it will be n minus 2 of course, because the last element is n minus 1 and the second largest will be of course before the largest, so it will be n minus 2, right? And here, so we have array. What will be the better approach? So basically this is the better approach. Okay, so the better approach is like we will first find here how we have find the largest. So similarly like this, The better approach will have a code finding the part where we are finding the largest element. Okay, so you can see this is basically the code of the largest element. Okay, where we were finding it here. We have taken a where we initialized our largest variable, which is actually initializing to array 0. You can even put it 0, no worries. Array 0, the first index of array, which is representing int largest. It can be int largest is equals to 0 as well, -1, anything you can take, but not 1 2 like that. Okay, 1 2 should not be taken, 0 -1, and then etc -2 like that, I guess. Also we can take, and then for int is equals to 0, I get the n, and then we're traversing and checking again. Find similarly we find here the largest element. Now we know the largest element. Now it will be very easy for us to find the second largest element. Now we are initialized a second largest, which is equals to -1. You can take it 0 as well. Okay, the count should be -1 or 0. Okay, don't take it 1 or 2, right? Otherwise this 1 or 2 will be checking with the array. So if there is 1, then the max variable is not gone. Suppose in an array of 0 and 1, and you have taken s largest as 1, so here the largest variable will automatically become 1. There will be some problem. So we are initializing it for loop, and then we are checking if this array I is this array I, the remaining array. So here finding the second largest, right? So the array I should be less than largest, right? And also array I should be greater than s largest, the second largest, right? If it's array 1 is having a greater smaller element than largest and a greater element than s largest, then directly put it in s largest. So here we just basically initializing s largest as is equals to array I. We are putting the value of, as soon as we have find a variable which is following this criteria, that is less than largest and greater than array I, we are putting this value directly to s largest and returning the s largest value. That's simple as that in this better approach. Okay, and now if we are saying the optimal approach, this is the code here for the optimal approach. Okay, and so here this is the best, actually this one is the best. Okay, so here what we are doing is that we have basically taken two variables at a time. You can take it 0 0, both at same. You have initialized two variables, int largest and s largest, and then we're iterating. It's basically working like 2 pointers. So if array I is greater than largest, if that array I is greater than largest, okay, so s largest will become largest and largest directly become array I, because we are finding the second largest here. So the largest element should be assigned to largest itself. So this array I value is directly going to s largest, right? And the -1 value will go to largest, and similarly like that. As soon as the largest keeps on updating, then we will check for the s largest. Else if it's not like that, if array I is less than largest, as soon as we find a largest element, we will put it to largest. But what if here we have checked till 35 and we have put this to largest, but if now we come to 34, what we will do? If it's not largest, then we will directly assign it to the s largest. And for that, what we have to do, similar the same criteria, like array I should be less than largest, and it should be of course greater than second largest. And as soon as this criteria is found out, as I have explained it here, this s largest will be directly put in the array I and returning the s largest value. So this is the basically the optimal, the best approach here. And I hope all of you have understood my explanation. I know I don't have any writing pad or any such thing like that. So this both of are the very simple question. If that's why I've explained it like that way. From next video we'll try to make it a better way of understanding using some writing boards or something like that. So thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.